The Cherries over at Bournemouth. Once again, my name's Sam. It's going to be my pleasure to be with you guys today. I've been following along with all of the changes that they've been making on the hotfixes to try and get things going. I currently don't have any of the mods that have been generated already for FM26 installed, so no NuGAN, no faster menuing, things like that. I believe and feel pretty strongly in letting the beta be a beta, and then if we give them an opportunity to improve things on their own, see how far they get, and if it's still not the ideal setup by the time full game launches next week, which I don't think it will be, but it'll at least be better than the current build that it's on now, then we can look into putting in more of those just quality of life upgrades. In the meantime, let's hop right back in. Last time we were with the Cherries, we looked over kind of what our philosophy was going to be, and we looked over who was on our team and started building out our tactic. Today, let's try and get through the preseason and get going to the point where we are actually watching some things in the match engine and seeing how our game goes. That's at least my plan. Cool. So, just a quick recap, because I also haven't been looking at this a ton since the last time we were working on it. Just going over again who some of the key players are that we're looking to work with and work through. Let's go to squad. First team. We have our starting 11 that we've picked here. It's not showing Jordi Petrovic for some reason as goalkeeper, so let's put him in goalkeeper. Key players that we're looking to build around through the year. Evan Nilsson. We want him to be our deep lying forward, linking up play with our inside forwards and our wingers, as well as getting at the end of crosses and doing all the things that he's good at with his strength and his balance and his composure. He's good at finding runs off the ball. Other key players, we've got Antoine Semenyo, who's going to be primarily playing off the right for us, just coming in, using his left foot, using his right foot, just drilling balls. We're looking for him to be our leading goal scorer, just like he is currently in real life for the Cherries. We're looking to give runs in time as well for Tyler Adams. Alex Scott continuing to be our creative force out of the midfield. And then giving some time to Justin Kluivert when he gets back from injury, Ryan Christie as well, and Junior Krupi, who has just been on fire since he joined the team, and is currently outperforming Evan Nilsson as their starting striker, which has been really interesting to watch. Well, yeah. Just as for tactics, just to remind myself as well, looking at our tactics, we have a 4-3-3 in possession, out of possession. We're looking at a 4-1-4-1. Just letting Semenyo and currently Adley, but this would be Kluivert or whatever winger is actually capable of coming in at any given time once we get everyone back from injuries. And they will be coming back in defense. We're looking to have various instructions in possession. I don't know that we got to this one, but we want to be in the attacking. I prefer low crosses. We don't actually really have a big target forward, so that just gets in there. patience. I'm fine with us working the ball into the box. I think we'll keep that as neutral for now. In progression, we want both flanks overlapping, because ideally what's happening is these guys are pulling up, and then Adams, because he's our DM, is dropping in between our... So we're still maintaining a back three, but then we've got our midfield four, which is our box here, Evan Nilsson playing at kind of the top of that, and then Trefair and Smith, or Jimenez, if Smith isn't playing, getting further up and getting in from these touch lines. And then pass reception. I don't know that we are a pass into space or a pass into feet yet. We'll have to get some more time on that. And then in possession, our build-up strategy, I want us to honestly bypass the press. I don't want us to try and play through the press. Goal kicks. I'm fine with the mix. Distributing to the center backs. There you go. And then out of possession. In the box, we want everyone to be balanced. I don't really care about that at this point. I actually think I want us in a high press. Pressing trap. Push everyone in, just because we will always have the overload in the middle because we have our three at the back. We want to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Continue trapping inside. And then our low block. Diakite is 6'1", 14 jumping reach. Senesi is 6 foot, 15 jumping reach. So we actually don't really want to be inviting crosses in any way, shape, or form, because we don't have tall people that can stop crosses. So we want to be stopping crosses. Just because we do not have people that can help with that. Tackling, I always believe in getting stuck in, especially when we are the generally least favored team, like less favored team in any matchup, and we are trying to disrupt our opponents and play things a little bit more. Diakite and Senesi, how fast are they? 13 pace. 12 pace. And I'm thinking we probably want to have them out of possession on step up more. Let's keep them on, yeah, step up more. If we keep getting beat over, we'll bring that down if people are putting in balls over the top. And then let us, with that, we've got our shapes that we want to be playing in. We've got our first team picked. One thing that I actually like doing in former games that I want to try and see if I can do here is I like, when I'm setting up my team, to think in things is part of the... I read a really good piece at one point of just squad analysis and squad depth building based off of the Ajax model, where every team has 25 players, your full first 11, your second 11, and then once you get to your 22, your 3 other players that are going to fill your roles. And I like to follow that when I'm building, especially teams that aren't going to be playing multiple competitions, but even teams that are playing in and out of Europe every week, 2 full teams in that way. So to set that up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it pick my best 11, no restrictions, which it has done. So we've got Clivert, Christie, Cook, Adams, Evanilson, Semenyo, Trufer, Senesi, Diakite, Smith, Petrovic. And so if we can figure out a way to there used to be a way in the game to save this selection. Currently, there is not. So then, what we can do is, do we have something filtered that's not there? No, but we can filter out the not at club people. Let's pick, okay, so it does have Luis Sinisterra, so let's take Luis Sinisterra out. There we go. So, what we can do then is, what we will do is, we will screenshot this as our first starting 11. Thanks, Wise Black. Right now, streaming's going pretty well. We're just trying to set up a first team and a second team. I've not hit affiliate status. This is, you are here for our second stream. We're trying to mess around with the FM26 beta and see what's going on, and I feel like Bournemouth is a really good opportunity for that. They're doing really well in the league right now. They have a good base for team. They have a good philosophy for the characters that they bring into the squad, and we want to try and match those vibes here in our stream and see how far we can take them, if we can match the process that they're going through right now in real life. So what we just did is we've picked our starting 11, and now what I'm going to do is we're going to go in to just what is our backups at each of these positions and see what our second 11 looks like, and use that to identify what should our targets be of areas to improve. So we've got Will Dennis, Smith, behind Smith we have Araujo, Diakite, we've got Hill, Senesi, we've got Owen Bevan, it looks like, Trufer, we've got Soler, at Adams, we've only got Scott that it's recommending, but can we find someone else that can play DM other than Ryan Christie and Lewis Cook, who are also in there? It looks like no, so we'd have to put in Alex Scott. At midfield center, we've got David Brooks. And we've got Marcus Tavernier. Sure, you can give me advice if you want, Wise Black. Really what we're doing at this point is we're just trying to vibe and chill out and see how things go, but I'm always open to advice. We've got Semenyo. I don't have Discord set up currently in that point, but I appreciate your input here, and you can put things in chat. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to do me, and we'll figure it out. The point isn't to try and necessarily be big at streaming. It's mainly I'm just doing this because I enjoy what I'm doing, and I wanted to find a way to get back into video production. It's a thing that I have a background in and technical training in, and this seemed like a good way to generate B-roll and clips and then move that into editing projects and just doing the things that I enjoy doing and having a good time with it, if that makes sense. But I appreciate the input. And then finally, we're going to put Enes Unal in here as our striker, although because he's injured, this will more than likely be not Enes Unal most of the time, but will be someone else or us. Like I said, Wise Black, I don't have Discord set up for this right now, so I don't have a Discord to give you. But I appreciate the intention there, for sure. Other players that we would look at in this position are Junior Krupi. But let's take another screenshot of this. So we have our second 11, and so these are the two teams that we're going to kind of base everything off of going forward. And looking at it, we definitely look like we could use some improvement at backup center back, since we really only have 3 first-team caliber center backs. We'd rather have Alex Scott playing up here in our playmaker role, which means that we'd need to find someone else to play in this DM, or consider going to a 4-2-3-1. If we really need to, which is more like what they play in real life over at Bournemouth, but we can look into those things. Cool. So now we've got a squad set up. Let's start moving through so we can start getting some games played. The one little bit of playing ahead that I did do on this, I did see that we are managing our friendlies. I don't really want to be doing that. So if we go to responsibilities, team, okay, we have some positions to fill. So let's start looking at those. We have 3 fitness coaches, we have 2 goalkeeping coaches, and we have 2 coaches. And we have 4 opportunities, so I would say let's get a goalkeeping coach and 3 regular coaches and a set piece coach. And then we want a set piece coach. We need a head performance analyst. I get that, Wise Black. Like I said, I just don't have one to give you, and so I appreciate the input and the advice and talking about things like that, but I don't have that set up, and I appreciate the interest, but we're just going to be vibing. And that's kind of what we're working on here. Okay, recruitment. Let's get some more scouts and some more recruitment analysts. Okay, now let's figure out how to do responsibilities. Responsibilities down here. So let's get to can we find the assistant coach, Tom Perdomo? He only has 1 responsibility, so let's go to staff responsibilities. We go to match day. We want to be leading pep talks. We'll let him do that. Match day U18, friendly matches. We will delegate friendly matches, just because I don't have time to be managing my own friendlies. Oh, is that also saying that one of the staffing responsibilities that I have that I need to fill is... Oh, I don't have an assistant coach. Let's also fix that. We gotta find our ride or die. We gotta find our assistant manager. Okay, we got those going now. Let's go back to overview and start heading through all of these. We at Sam Jingo have taken charge at Bournemouth. We have expectations to fix that Wise Black. If I get that set up, I'll let you know and I'll hit you up. But right now, we're just going to keep moving forward. And I'll reach out once I have more things set up. But like I said, this is stream number 2. And we're just here to hang out and chill and have a good time and see how far we can take it with Bournemouth and explore things here in FM26. Tactics, we've already done. Responsibilities, we just configured our responsibilities. Squad, we've already looked through our squad. We have our captains, we have our best 11, we have our first team candidates. Got that all done. FFP, we are in compliance. Preseason preparation. Our fixtures that we're gonna go through is we've got Maidstone, Norwich, Monaco, Glenavon, Amiens SC, and then season opener against Tottenham Hotspurs. Should be fun. Cool. We have 4 people that are currently on long-term injuries. Sounds good. Max squad size of 25. Like I said, we're going to try and aim for our 25 model. That's why we have our first team and our second team. Transfer window is in progress. Looks like Brighton are interested in Gonzalo Ramos, Mauro Icardi, and Daniel Malen. Interesting. And then all of our things for trying to find coaches and stuff like that. I believe in full playthroughs, it's worth going through and looking for these people and signing them yourselves, but in a beta save, it's more important that we just start actually doing things. Oh, as for our club expectation that we need to talk about, they want us to grow the reputation, spend our transfer budget, which I have no problem spending our transfer budget, and then they're not judging me on building a new stadium, but our required most important thing is trying to finish mid-table. Bournemouth finished 9th last year. Currently they're on track to finish higher than that this year. Let's see if we can continue doing that. They're in a good vein of form. They're playing really exciting football. We want to keep doing that. I see no problem with these. I don't see any reason to negotiate them. Okay. Homegrown status. Okay, we've got a couple of people coming through. Upcoming status changes. Any of these people that are actually actively playing for us? Doesn't look like it. Which means if we're trying to get into Europe anytime soon, we got to pay attention to these and start figuring out if any of these are going to be good and start developing those players. Okay. Code of conduct. Sean Cooper, what do you think? Works for me. Okay, training induction. See how training has changed. I haven't gotten through this one yet. So, with our ongoing tactical direction is how we outline how we want the team to play. The assistant managers and things like that will continually adjust our plans to fit with it. We base our day-to-day activity around tactical approach, so they're as possible for every match, and have a game-based model. Cool, cool, cool. Currently, we are not doing any training. They plan their sessions around tactical framework. Okay. Okay. Oh, there you go. Now we've got framework there. Plan to save a set of schedules to roll out when we want. You can do this too. We're happy to work with any ideas you have. Planning allows us to adjust. Cool. Looking at this, I don't have any issues with it currently. We've got our units. Those seem good. Mentoring groups is a thing that I do want to change. Okay, so mentoring groups. I like how they've changed this of like we have a hierarchy now put in here as well as workload. That's pretty impressive just because we can start figuring out who should be our influential players and who they should be influencing. Far as that go, I still like, because it's the beta, let's just have Cooper assign all of them, and then the one that I accidentally made, we can edit, and we'll just auto-select who goes in that one. Okay, so we got Lewis Cook, really influencing Alex Jimenez and Owen Bevan. We've got Adam Smith working on Julio Soler and Aiden Trufer. Tyler Adams is really going to be very influential on James Hill. Ryan Christery working on Ben Gannon Doak and Eli Jr. Krupi, and then Krupi is also influencing Ben Gannon Doak. Brooks, Adley, and Scott, all not really influencing each other at all, but works out. So pretty good pyramid. Our others is our biggest base, and then influential, highly influential, and leaders. I like that. Cool. Thanks, Sean Cooper. Cool. Love mentoring groups. Individual training helps a lot too. Coach assignments. Once again, I'm very much on the just ask the assistant to assign these for now. We do know we have a lot of gaps in our coaching staff. We're looking to fill those. And then the only other change I'll make is I like this going onto double intensity, and then setting all of these to automatic. I do like that they have changed that in previous games, if you scrolled over these, they would just automatically change, and I would accidentally send people on vacation every now and then I'd have to call them back. And so I'm liking that I can't just accidentally scroll these to no pitcher gym work or send on vacation anymore. That is actually a pretty nice quality of life improvement as far as I'm concerned. Does make it so that going in here and clicking on all of them is a little bit more tedious, but I'm more than willing to give up that so that I don't accidentally send my players off. Cool. Set pieces. I don't know that these have changed, but also for our set pieces, this is something that I'd want to explore more once we are in and out of the beta, because if it's anything like 24, there's a big there was definitely a solved meta at a certain point that came very apparent, and I don't necessarily think that we need to be doing any solved meta-based tactics or things like that. I think it's more interesting to try and figure out how our team works and following our own philosophies of just how build-up play goes and trying to have a box in the midfield. I like having 3 players at the back at all times. Those necessarily don't have to be my defenders, but as long as I have a 3 at the back, a box in the midfield, and 3 attacking, I really like that, just overloading the midfield. And it's the same thing for set pieces here. There's a certain simplicity that comes to just have your best person at heading attack the near post, have the next person attack the far post, have them lurk, and then have this person mark the keeper, and then lurk outside, and then stay back if needed. I think we only really need 2, so the other one that we can do is move someone to a box threat, an attack ball from edge of area, and then move this person up into here, and if we can get someone come short, I like that. Just pulls a defender out of the box, and then we've got our big guy trying to go in there, we've got everyone else getting pulled, hopefully by our other 2 people. We've got someone attacking, we've got someone marking the keeper, and we shouldn't really be beaten on the break at this point. If we start seeing that change, then we'll change things. But either way, this is something I like. aim for near post, and swing it. Lewis Cook's our best taker. Works for me. Love it. Meet the players. Let's introduce ourselves to the squad. Hi everyone, I'm Sam. So proud to get an opportunity. I wanted to start by telling you all a bit about who I am and what you can expect from me as a manager. This is where things come in of we decided to be the best in the world at everything. So we're going to be passionate about tactics. We're going to be attacking as much as we can, since I enjoy playing attacking football. And that most importantly, as is my philosophy in most things in life, you got to have fun while you're doing it, or why do it? And so we're going to play entertaining stuff. I wanted to be inspirational, since I think that's a way better way to live your life, so let's do that. And I'm excited to be here and can't wait to get started. Good chat. What a bunch of lads. Dynamics. Key personnel, the people we need to keep happy. Ryan Christie, Lewis Cook, Adam Smith. I can work with that. Sounds good. Training induction. We can continue this because we didn't quite finish it. Literally had to hit one more button. But cool, let's keep going. Generally, I don't like doing press conferences, but for the narrative and the kayfabe of this, let's at least introduce ourselves, see how this looks. Cool. What are your initial thoughts on taking the Bournemouth job? Thanks for asking, Mark. I am eager to get started. I came here to work, and I want to work harder than any other coach out here. Honored, excited. It feels good to be here. I hope to be here for a long time. I've got a lot to do. I actually think that there's a lot of work that's already been done that's really good, and that we don't actually have a ton of work to do. I do want to work hard, though, since I think that's something that we can really set ourselves apart with. Clearly spend more. Salary correlates with more success and transfer fees. I think we have the wage budget to bring things in. I've been given a budget. I'm happy to work within it. Our players are paid well. I think that's really what is great about Bournemouth, is that we are not spending the most money in the world. We're not getting exorbitant fees out there. Our record signing is nowhere near the limit of many other clubs in our league. And this is just something I want to keep doing. I really was drawn here by the potential. Do I have any reservations? No. I think this is the perfect job. Delighted with the facilities. I'm not concerned about my age. Soccer is moving in an increasing younger direction, and people in my generation will be taking the sport forward. I believe you're very much an attack-minded coach. I do. I like my teams to play attractive attacking soccer. Enough quality? I do think so. I think Bournemouth actually has a sneaky good squad. There's a lot of really good players on this team and a lot of really good potential, and we're just looking to build off of that. I've inherited an exceptionally lucky squad, and I'm really doing well for myself. Yes! Everyone seemed to love me when I introduced myself to them. Our Bournemouth fans. Nothing is more important than the fans. We won't be able to accomplish anything without them. It's that simple. And we gotta do it. We want to be the best club in the world is kind of our end goal here with Bournemouth. See how far we can take them. The thing is, we just have to work hard, but we don't want to run people into the ground. So I like that one. But also, I like the work smarter, not harder. I very much am a believer in that philosophy. Diakite, who we brought in this window to replace our backline, since we sold essentially our entire backline, is actually someone I'm really big on. I think he's a dream of a player, and he's going to have a big impact on how well we do this season. Okay. Okay. This is a 18-year-old American. He'd be a center back. He's a good League 2 player. He has high potential. They're giving him an important player. They're paying us some amount. I actually like this deal, so let's loan him out. This brings up the question, though, and I'm going to go back to my staff, of do we have on our recruitment team a loan manager? We do. Okay. Perfect. Since I like to be able to send things to development lists and stuff like that, and have my loan manager take over the actual nitty-gritty ins and outs of finding that. Before we get too far into this, let's figure out some other stuff. So let's go to recruitment. Let's look at our budgets. Our current transfer budget, we've got $3.1 million, so we don't actually have a ton left to spend. And we got $67,000 in our wage budget still to spend. We don't have any more transfers in or out other than Mataji Akinboni, who is heading out on loan to Newport. Okay. So, we don't actually have a ton of money to spend or a ton of wage. If we're looking at our current wage structure, as far as salaries are concerned, with the wage that we have, we don't have enough money to get anything other than someone at like the Owen Bevan level, who is our current backup center back. And if we're doing that, he's currently, as far as playing time is concerned, if we go to contract, the bottom of our playing time expectations, so he's probably a youth player, if I were to guess. And he's not that bad. He's 6 feet, he's got 13 jumping reach, 11 heading, his physicals are fine. He is very much... Oh, he's actually 21. He's older than I thought he would be. So that brings us to... We don't actually have a ton of money to bring anyone in. But we have Milosavljevic here, who is currently our highest rated prospect and can play center back. So he, at 6'4", 13 jumping reach, 12 strength, 12 passing, 13 heading. This is our backup center back. This is who we have. So if we're looking at our second team again, going back to match squad or tactics screen, we're looking at our second team. Let's replace Oscar Bevan with probably can't see him because he's probably marked as a youth player, so let's show our U21s and our U18s. Go back to filter, go to Bevan, and let's grab from in here Milivojevic is our left-sided center back. Cool, so that already dramatically improves that. If we go back to squad and look at our staff recommendations for youth that should be playing, our under 21s, let's just go and look at our under 21s and see who has the most potential and the best ability. So we've got Milosavljevic and then Mataji Akinboni, who we are already loaning out. And then beyond that, it's Jefferson, who's already out on loan. We've got another striker or winger here, Remiris Doten. And then a right-sided, just kind of defender all the way up through wingback. Yeah, so not a ton of great youth talent, but Veljko Milosavljevic is a good look. We like having him. Cool. Well, that's good to know. Okay, let's keep going. Excuse me. Recruitment. Let's look at recruitment. Cool. So we've got land manager Thiago Pinto, and they've been responsible for planning and managing assignments across our accessible locations. reports on players they watch, and all that information is fed back to our recruitment hub under player recommendations for review. Recruitment hub also holds information on current recruitment focus areas where we're looking for talent, such as our squad planner, with details on all contracts for players and plenty of other detail to help you. It's worth taking a moment to understand where current obligations are. Any pre-arranged signings yet to arrive, players out on loan or set to depart permanently will affect your decisions. The board will outline. So, once again, it's a beta. We've got some graphic issues here, but we want to sign players to sell for a profit and sign players under the age of 23, which means when I'm going to go in here and look at these scouting things, I'm going to just hard cap us at 23 as the players we're even looking at. So far, we've got Bofedi Diakite, who we brought in for 41, and we've got Milos Kerkez, who we sold for 54 million. Our current budget, we've got 3.1 left to spend. We've got 67.54 available in our wage budget. And then scouting, we have 526,000, which should be enough to let us scout the entire world, which is the goal. I will be keeping shortlist. I'll probably have multiple shortlists going. We just haven't seen players yet to start putting on shortlists. Then talking about intermediaries. Okay, so they have 48 recommendations. Our current best recommendation is this Kota Tawaratsumida, who would be pretty good. I don't know that we can afford him, just with that range of what he's looking at for money-wise. And then, can we see on his current contract what he's getting paid? He's getting paid less than we could afford to pay him, so that's not actually a bad shout of someone to bring in. As for positions that he plays, his most natural position is a position that we use in our tactic in our out of possession, and then he can move into both of these higher positions if we need him to in our in possession tactic, which is pretty good. He's fast, he's fit, he's got some pretty good flair. I can see where this would go. So this guy can go on our short list, I think. I would like to add to short list for a month, because I don't like people just getting stuck on my short list forever. If they're really young, like 16 to 18, then we can. Cool. Team selection. I will use the suggested squad. Go for it, Gareth Stewart. We've got Dacosta Gonzalez, who's 17 and on our U21 team. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. He could be pretty good. This is a good idea as our backup DM. He can do the job. Is he great? No. In fact, he's really bad. But he's 17, he can grow into it. We'll see how well he gets. What can I find out on this screen? Bournemouth is our thing. Club history. Club background. We only have data valid from 10/23/2025. Cool. We've only ever won the Championship, League One, and then the Virtu Trophy. Interesting. Cool. Club history records, highest league position, 9th. Okay. That's just a shortcut to my tactics. I can set more bookmarks here. I don't hate that. This is actually really cool from the UI. Big fan of that. Okay. Recruitment. Since we just did our recruitment thing, let's go to our recruitment focuses and change them to match what they actually should be. Since, like, yes, we all agree, Keane Lewis Potter, GOAT. Love Keane Lewis Potter. He's listed by Brentford, which I think is ridiculous. If we had 45 million, he is someone that I would actually pick up. We don't have $45 million. He's also 24. He doesn't fit our objectives. And if we scroll through this list, we're scouting the Premier League, but none of the people on this list matched any of our signing objectives. It's going to be the same for most of these. We have Dion Lopi, who would fit at Almeria, who's a DM, which is actually a position we need. But like, he's on the same list as Daley Blint, who is 35, and there's definitely no way that we are ever signing him. Or Hassim Hassan is another option at Oviedo. And we do have some that are working here. Like, this is our age 15 to 23 top priority. It's looking for Leo Abada, which is not a bad option, but not a position we need strengthened. Alex Freeman is another good option. He's also at Orlando City, which is good because Orlando City is one of our affiliate clubs, so we can get him pretty easily. In fact, we could probably loan him pretty easily, which would fit within our current budgets. We don't really need a right back. We have several good right backs, but it's something to think about since our starting right back is 31, 33 years old and is getting older. But we want more of our things here to look like this one, where we're looking at people within our spectrums of things we could actually sign or that would fit our objectives. And so how we're going to do that is we're just going to go into these. And then we are going to, on this screen, I actually want it to be 2.5 to 3.5, and then we want to set this hard capped at 23. And then we'll do the same for Spain. 2.5, 3.5, 15 to 23. Skybet Championship. Next, 2.5, 3.5, 23. Confirm. We don't need to do that for 15, 23. We don't need to do it for our top priority right back. And then we've already done it for... Have we done it for this one? I don't think we have. Let's go to next. 2.5, 3.5, 23. And then UK and Ireland. Let's do 2.5, 3.5, 23. And then when we go back to overview, let's look at how we are spending. So we have our range already set to worldwide, which is great. For staff database, where do we look at our scouting range? Oh, there it is. We've got it here. Player database, scouting range. Yeah, we're already paying for it. Perfect. Then what we're going to look for when we're looking at our scouts, when we get our scout applications in here in a couple of days. Tom Dell, we signed an under 21s video. Love it. I will accept this. Let's go. I like him getting that playing time. When we get scouts in, we're going to start looking for scouts that have coverage for other key parts of the world. We want to look at our South Americas, we want to look at our Eastern Europes, we want to look at our Africas, things like that. Just because we're scouting currently only Spain and the Premier League, and we should be scouting way more than that, because we, very realistically, can't afford anyone in most of Spain or the Premier League. That's just not the kind of financial power that we can bring to the table as Bournemouth. I do like seeing Junior Krupi leading our training. Adrien Truffert coming in here, I don't like, but we'll see that. Fitness test, Ben Gannon Doak was injured, but he doesn't need any actual help for that. Love that. We did a 5-0 thrashing of Maidstone United. Goals from Ben Gannon Doak, Alex Jimenez, Evan Nielsen, Tavernier, and Semenyo. Cool. We are allowing the opposition to have good shots to touches ratio, but ours is pretty good in their area. We restricted the opposition no goals from 4 touches. 59 entries into the final third into 23 shots on goal. I like that. We like having high advantage of shots because eventually laws of big numbers, we're going to just get them in. None of the 3 shots attempted, we conceded, and we're doing well in limiting the number of times the opposition touched the ball in our penalty area. Like that. To be fair, the Bournemouth Stadium is not very big, so 6,500 is pretty huge for us. Yeah, let's have a competition expectations. Immediate plans. We're going to be kind of egregious. So, most important thing for us is we're going to talk about Premier League. And I want to finish top half. I don't necessarily want to say let's finish in European places, but I don't want us to finish middle of the pack. I want us to go out there and make a statement with our wins and show people that we do belong here. Establish ourselves as a perennial high mid-table finisher. FA Cup. I just don't want to have any regrets. And then I don't have anything else that I want to talk about at that point. Generally, I like doing a lot of youth recruitment in FM games and things like that, and youth development. I don't feel like this is necessarily something we're going to have time to explore in the beta, especially since I don't know how many more streams I'm going to have before the full game launches next week. Because it is the 31st and this game launches on the 4th. So that window is there. I'd like to get some more time in, but I have, holiday plans now that it's Halloween and stuff like that here, and beginning of November rolling around. I don't know how available I'll be, but we'll try and get something going. That being said, to try and get through this as much as possible, let's have Gareth Stewart lead training. What advice do you have? Individual training. You want ball control on Senesi? I'm fine with that. Evan Nielsen. Sure, we can have finishing. I always like more finishing on my strikers. Player trait, Semenyo, if he sticks to the center of the pitch. I am playing on the wing, but I want him cutting in, so I think I'm actually fine with that. James Hill. No, I like him playing 1-2 passes, and Adrien Truffert. I like him getting forward. We want him getting forward. Julio Soler. Sure, we can move that. Cool. Work permits. Eli Jr. Krupi is on track to being able to get one. Alex Paulson is not. Alex Paulson is our New Zealand goalkeeper, though. He is also our backup goalkeeper, so he will be getting... Oh, he's also not at our team. He's at Lechia in Poland, so... Okay, I'm fine with that. We got an achievement. Julio Soler got injured, tight thigh, be back tomorrow. I would love to see scouting updates. Let's view our recommended play. Let's work through these. Yves Bissouma. Of course we would love Yves Bissouma. He has also been transfer listed. It would be great. He would fill one of the immediate needs we have in our team, which is we want more good backup DMs. That being said, we cannot afford Yves Bissouma. This is not the caliber of player. This is the caliber of player, but not the kind of player that we can even consider. Kimoto Nono, though, works really hard, good teamwork, can only play in one position, doesn't have good jumping reach. He is a right-sided wingback. He's 23. He's currently probably going to fit in as like 4th, 5th option, and doesn't really look like he's going to get that much better. We'll keep his report. He's wanted by Werder Bremen, Inter Milan, and Juventus. Bruno Ogbus, Sportclub Freiburg, is one of Werder Bremen, Inter, and Juventus. He's a 19-year-old center back. He's within our range. He's a right-sided center back and a right back. Show me more about you, Bruno Ogbus. We don't know a ton about him. But we do know he's 6'1". His jumping reach is anywhere between 11 and 16. His heading is 9 to 13. If this high rolls and this high rolls, maybe, but I think this is very clearly a keep report. In fact, I might even go so far as to say add him to our shortlist for the next month. Konstantis Solakis at Olympiakos. It's a really good goalkeeper, it looks like, from what he's showing here. Once again, we know nothing about him, but he's 22, so we'll keep his report. Kentai Doi, Japanese League, 20-year-old center back. He's already a 3-star center back, which means he's good enough to be a backup center back. He can also play DM. They want him as an inside fullback, but he's 6'1". He only has 11 jumping reach, but he does have 15 heading and 16 strength. This guy's like actually good. I kind of mess with Kanta Doi, especially because like he can play, like, I don't mess with him necessarily as a center back, because yes, he's 6'1", but he cannot jump. He's good at heading, but if I have him in front of those as like my backup holding midfielder, he's got bad off the ball. If we put him, like, I just like this. He's good, he's strong, he's got stamina, he's got insane natural fitness, he's got pretty good passing and vision. His vision's stuck up. He's got pretty good passing and work rate and tackling. I like him. Let's compare him with Tyler Adams, who's going to be better than him at every level, but where are you, Tyler? There he is. I want them both at defensive midfielder. As far as technique is concerned, they're the same. Kanta has worse vision. He has worse acceleration, worse crossing, worse dribbling. So he is worse at everything, but not a lot worse. Or are these showing me... Or is this showing me that Kanta's better than Tyler Adams at all these things? Kanta... No, Kanta's the one with 13 passing. Okay, so this might just be a visual bug that it's showing me Tyler Adams here as the blue, but here as the green. So I'm gonna turn down the audio on the Jazz. It's going great and I love it, but it is a little loud in my ears that I can't even hear myself. Cool. What would it look like signing Kanta Doi? What kind of money are they looking for? I would like to talk to Akira Nakayama. Okay, Kanta Doi. We're keen on him. We want to know what it is. He would want somewhere between 400k and